with me.
And she actually has a quote that I pull out once in a while. It's about a year, 9 months ago. Amy in the background going, I'm anti-podcast, and now here she is. So you too can be a convert.
My inner geek has come out. He made me do it. And we're very similar. It's great that we can be together. It's like our date night or date afternoon. Lock the kids up, put them in front of the universal babysitter, and away we go.
Another question for you is, I want to hear about any rituals or preparations you do for your show. Like Dan and TJ, you do a Star Trek CoupleCast. Maybe we'll hear more about how you prepare for your episodes. Or Amy, you get liquored up. So we want to hear more about what some of these pre-show rituals that you engage in, or what you actually do when you're recording the show. If you don't have any rituals, what the process is like when you're recording the show, what your setup is like, etc.
Okay, well, I go to Starbucks. That is my thing. I tell Jason I'm going to Starbucks, and that means it's time for you to start pulling in all the voicemails, loading them up, and getting everything all set up. And then I sit there and I wait while he does his pre-show ritual.
Which is having my wife, over my shoulder looking at me saying, hurry up and make it work.
We don't start till 10 usually, and then he's like fiddling.
That's the way it works. So that's my ritual is get everything together right before the show, and then.
Well, I also go outside and make sure that the cricket's really loud.
Recording, cue crickets.
We watch Star Trek. We're currently doing the original season, so we're watching all the original seasons of classic Star Treks in a row. We watch our Star Trek, and then we have an argument and hook one for a day, and then we decide what we're going to do for our private quarters, which is mostly an improv skit that's at the front of our show that's based very loosely on the episode of Star Trek we just watched, and then we just kind of wing it. I do write show notes ahead of time. I gather all the things that happen throughout the week and put it in a note form, and he gathers all the voicemails and gets those ready to go.
Yeah, I got to go take the podcasting equipment out of hiding because we have to hide it away from the kids who like to twist knobs and flip switches. So we go bring that out and set it all up and everything like that. So there's like an hour set up from when we want to start from when we go, and then it's like 11 at night. It's like, oh, it's too late to be recording, but somehow we always find the energy.
Yeah, we got to put the kids to sleep first, and I have a non-sleeper, so once she's out, then we're good to go.
You need a tight taser. What's our ritual?
Matt goes in and starts setting up, and I sit on the couch until he calls me to get over here. Usually I sit down and I go, okay, where's my drink? And get powder. No, hey.
Actually, I put the notes together throughout the week a lot like you guys. I kind of have a notepad or keep it in the phone or something. And then, yes, I type it all up. I print it out. I set up Amy's spot. Like Dan, I have to pull the gear out of hiding because it will be destroyed if it stayed in hiding.
But you leave it up usually for about 2 days afterwards.
Until she hounds me about taking it off the dining room table. And then, yeah, she sits down, I pour her a drink, and off we go.
And then I get in trouble when I do bring contributions because you're not prepared for me.
Impromptu contributions.
Yes.
What do you identify as being some of the bigger challenges of recording together or putting out your show, being a CoupleCast?
I wish my wife was more technical so I didn't have to do all the work. Amen.
I wish you were better at your job so I wouldn't have to wait for you to do it.
Well, yeah.
Understand that.
The one thing that we do use that works really well for us is we use Google Docs. And Google Docs collaborative, the collaborative portion of it works really well. She's able to put information in there, and I'm able to put information in there. And we don't have to worry about overlapping or anything like that.
she's kind of the analog person using a notepad or something like that, and I've kind of got her away from that.
I like pencils and pens.
The notepad doesn't just show up at my office, you know, and I can't write anything in it, or take something off of it, or, you know, whatever, so the challenge is that, it's just, you know, trying to get all the show notes together, and trying to get all that together.
See, the challenge for me, I think, is to actually be motivated enough to get up and do it and not go to sleep, because I like to go to bed early. He stays up late, and so, you know, 10 o'clock is like, okay, let's do this, and he's full of energy, and I'm like, I'm so tired. So that's really the hardest part for me, which is why it takes, you know, 7 to 14 days for me to actually have a night where I feel energized enough that I can do this. So I think the point that it's late at night, and I think that's the biggest challenge for me, is the motivation to do it.
What do you think, honey?
Our challenge is obviously the children and the amount of time that we have to actually spend together. But because it's so crucial that we spend that time together, we have to make that time.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we won't have it, because we both have other podcasts that we do separately on our own. Plus we both have, you know, jobs, and we're working a lot of the time, and so we have to actually make this time to not only do the show, but we have to watch Star Trek too. Which that's even more important, because who doesn't want to watch Star Trek? And so we got to get that done. What is wrong with you people? So we have to get that done, get the kids to sleep, and then, you know, we have to edit it. But I think we work really well together, because we can both share in the editing process, and I do the show notes, and he does, you know, a lot more of the technical stuff. I do know how to run my mixer, so that's handy. I would have to say that one of my biggest challenges, though, is having to listen to that horrible rap music he keeps trying to play on the show.
Rap battle time?
Did someone say rap battle? Oh, you bring it. I think, just leave me out of it. Challenge?
I'll beatbox.
Rapping is a challenge, yes. So I think you guys are all, you know, we're all in kind of the same boat, trying to find the time. I do agree with Jason. Amy's not as technical, so
She's not the producer of the show.
she couldn't plug a mic in if her life depended on it.
I can't talk into the mic correctly.
I know.
According to you.
You
You're
did.
like going, she's like,
Now, is that again?
So she'll walk up once in a while and go, "Let's do a podcast." Gee, stuff just magically appears on my computer to hit play, doesn't it? So we have that issue.
it is magic.
It's all FM. Yeah.
We just have the challenge of making sure that we don't get interrupted, because we do ours now on a Sunday afternoon.
Because we couldn't stay awake.
I can't stay awake.
Glad I'm not the only one.
So usually, and we don't edit, so
Neither do we.
the quality, you know, it's right there.
And it shows.
It does.
A lot of you CoupleCasters know each other. A lot of your community and fans are here in the audience today. I'm glad everyone could come out who's attending the PNME. Wanted to hear more about whomever here is involved in CoupleCasters.com or CoupleCast.com, what your involvement is in the podcasting community, both men and women, because we don't want to just say that podcasting is dominated by men. There's a clear example that there are many women involved in podcasting. So I want to hear more about what your role is in the community and what you've done to network to bring something even like this together.
I'm going to pass this one on to Dan.
Coming all the way around me. Okay, this is the one thing that I've found about CoupleCast that's unique, I think, to CoupleCast is we don't have so much fans as we have friends. If we have somebody who listens to us, we reach out to that person and say, "Come here and be my friend." You know, it's like if somebody listens to our show and leaves a voicemail, it's you leave a voicemail for them, and it's like everybody's a big community. It's a big love fest. But that's the thing about the community that's really great, is that all of us are out there trying to achieve the same thing. We're trying to entertain ourselves, and we're trying to entertain others. And, you know, it's hard not to have fun doing that. It's hard not to have a real community doing something like that. And, you know, you have your tech shows, and people call up and they want to know about the new iPhone or whatever. Like, these people aren't your friends. They don't care. They'll move on to somebody else the next day. But you have... You know, you feel like an obligation sometimes. You got to listen to the show right away. Ooh, Jason Tucker does. Ooh, I want to listen to that. You know, that's not so much an obligation, but you have like the desire to. And that's what the community is really built on. We're all very, I guess desirous isn't the right term, but
It's a
That's not even a
community.
word,
It's a
is it?
community. We all want to know what's going on in each other's lives.
Right,
You know, we
right.
all, there was like a, you know, everybody's on, and one of the things that brings the community together is that we're all on Twitter now.
Yeah.
So it's one of the best parts.
Sicko
Yeah, the Stickum parties. Oh, woo!
Nice.
Okay. But like when Wicked Good's having their baby, right? Everybody's on Twitter. Is the baby here yet? Is the baby here yet? You know, it's that community feel like we're all there. We're all waiting to hear what's happening next. And you know, if somebody has get hurt or somebody has something good or bad happening in their life, the community's right there to support. And it's the greatest group of friends I think I've ever known. It's just fabulous.
the
So,
virtual village.
yeah.
Village
And-
people into work.
Yeah.
I'm the chief.